10 Aussie classic cars, Ford versus Holden. Come on, Aussie, come on. G'day, mate. Let's dive into the world of Australian classic cars from the 1960s and 1970s when Aussies were making waves at home and internationally with the Bee Gees, AC/DC, that little ripper Kangaroo Skippy, and legendary movie Mad Max. It was also a golden era for gearheads down under. If you love V8 engines and iconic designs as much as we do, you're in for a treat. Here are 10 of the most popular and loved Aussie classic cars of the time. It doesn't matter if you love Ford over Holden or the other way around, there is a car on this list for every car lover. These machines were all about raw power, eye-catching style, and that unforgettable rumble that could shake the ground. So grab your driving gloves and let's cruise through the best of the best. Number 10, 1967 Ford XR Falcon GT. With a top speed around 110 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time, 15 seconds flat. The GT is known as a bit of a classic in the muscle car scene. It came with a 289 cubic inch V8 engine, about 4.7 liters, producing around 271 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. The XR Falcon GT had a 4-speed manual transmission, making it a true driver's car. The XR Falcon GT had a classic muscle car design with its bold grille and wide stance. It was known for its strong performance and even reliability. People loved the XR for its combination of power and style, making it a key player in the early days of Australian muscle cars. Number 9, 1971 Holden HQ Monaro GTS 350. With a top speed around 115 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time, 14.8 seconds. It featured a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering around 300 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. The HQ Monaro GTS 350 came with a 4-speed manual transmission, giving drivers the performance they craved. The HQ Monaro GTS 350 had a bold design with aggressive styling and a muscular stance. It combined performance with style, making it a favorite among car enthusiasts. People loved the HQ for its powerful engine and its role in the Monaro legacy. If you love to see classic cars as much as we do, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next time. Number 8, 1972 Holden Torana GTR XU1. With a top speed around 115 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 14.7 seconds. This legend of a car was driven by the legendary Peter Brock at Bathurst touring car race. It was considered a smaller but still potent muscle car. It featured a 253 cubic inch V8 engine, about 4.1 liters, that produced around 290 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. The GTR XU1 came with a 4-speed manual transmission, which made driving a blast. The Torana GTR XU1 had a compact, aggressive look with its sporty profile and distinctive stripes. It was known for its excellent handling and agility, making it a favorite among drivers who wanted a performance car that was fun to drive. People loved the GTR XU1 for its blend of power and practicality. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Number 7, 1974 Ford XB Falcon GT. With a top speed around 120 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 14.6 seconds. Mate, here's another classic on our list that came with a 351 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering around 300 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. The XB Falcon GT had a 4-speed manual transmission that allowed drivers to make the most of its power. The XB Falcon GT had a bold, muscular look with its wide stance and aggressive front grille. It was known for its strong performance and classic muscle car design. People loved the XB for its power and style, making it a standout in the Ford lineup of the era. This is a true Aussie legend. Number 6, 1969 Holden HT Monaro GTS 350. With a top speed around 115 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 14.5 seconds. This was a slightly earlier version of the GTS 350, but still a powerhouse in its own right. It featured a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, producing around 300 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. This engine was mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, giving drivers full control over the car's impressive power and ensuring an engaging driving experience. The HT Monaro GTS 350 had a sleek, sporty design with an aggressive grille, muscular stance, clean lines that embodied the spirit of the late 1960s performance cars. Its distinctive styling cues, including the bold stripes and stylish badging, made it stand out on the road. The car's performance and aesthetics were a perfect blend, making it highly popular among car enthusiasts. In addition to its power and style, the HT Monaro GTS 350 offered a refined driving experience. Its handling and ride quality were well regarded, allowing it to stand its ground against both domestic and international competitors. The HT was a car that not only looked the part, but also delivered when it came to performance, making it a true classic in the history of Australian muscle cars. It continues to be celebrated for its contribution to the legacy of Holden and its role in the muscle car era. Number 5. 1970 Holden Monaro GTS 350. With a top speed around 120 miles per hour and quarter-mile time of 14.3 seconds. Next, we have another gem in the Monaro lineup. It came with a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, about 5.7 liters, that delivered around 300 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque. The GTS 350 featured a 4-speed manual transmission that made it a joy to drive. The Monaro GTS 350 had a distinctive look with its bold front end and aggressive lines. It combined muscle car performance with a design that was both stylish and functional. People loved it for its power and its place in the Monaro legacy. It was a car that didn't just perform, it made a statement wherever it went. Number 4. 1968 Holden HK Monaro GTS 327. With a top speed around 120 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 14.2 seconds. The 1968 Holden MK Monaro GTS 327 was considered a game-changer back in the day. Under the hood, it packed a 327 cubic inch V8, which is about 5.4 liters. It pushed out roughly 275 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. The GTS 327 came with a 4-speed manual transmission that really let you feel the power of the engine. The Monaro GTS 327 was a head-turner with its sleek, fastback design and aggressive styling. Its body had sharp lines and a sporty profile that made it look as fast as it was. People loved this car for its blend of power and style. It wasn't just another muscle car, it was a statement on wheels, showcasing Holden's prowess in building fast, attractive machines. Number 3. 1971 Ford XY Falcon GT. With a top speed around 125 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 14 seconds flat. Before the Phase 3, there was this beast and certainly was no slouch. It also featured the 351 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering around 300 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. The 4-speed manual transmission let you harness all that power, making it a blast to drive. The XY Falcon GT had a rugged, muscular look with its wide wheel arches and bold grille. It was known for its strong performance and handling. People appreciated the XY Falcon GT for its combination of power and reliability. It was a car that could handle the daily grind and still tear up the racetrack on the weekends. Hey, if you're enjoying this so far, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos and let us know what you want to see next. Number 2. 1973 Holden Torana SS A9X. with a top speed around 125 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 13.9 seconds. This car was a true contender in the Aussie muscle car arena. It was powered by a 308 cubic inch V8, about 5 liters, which delivered around 300 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque. The A9X came with a 4-speed manual gearbox that made driving a sheer pleasure. The Torana SS A9X was also known for its racing success, particularly at Bathurst. It had a compact yet aggressive look with flared wheel arches and distinctive stripes that made it look like it meant business. What made the SS A9X so loved was its blend of street cred and track prowess. It was fast, stylish, and handled like a dream, making it a favorite among enthusiasts and racers alike. And number 1, 1971 Ford XY Falcon GTHO Phase 3. With a top speed around 130 miles per hour and a quarter-mile time of 13.5 seconds. Finally on our list, this beast is like the holy grail of Australian muscle cars. It came equipped with a 351 cubic inch V8, which was about 5.8 liters for those who like metric measurements. It cranked out around 300 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. This thing was built for speed, and the 4-speed manual transmission let you really get in touch with that power. People went nuts for the XY Falcon GTHO because it was a real winner on the racetrack, especially at Bathurst. Its body was aggressive and unmistakable, with wide wheel arches and a mean front grille. You could instantly spot one of those racing stripes and distinctive GTHO badges. The Phase 3 wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of Aussie automotive pride, representing the peak of performance and style. Why these cars were so loved? These Australian classic cars still get our hearts racing. It's all about the perfect storm of raw power, distinctive style, and the thrill of driving. These cars were designed to be fast, loud, and visually stunning. They weren't just about speed, they were about making a statement. In the 1960s and 1970s, Australian car manufacturers were in a fierce competition to build the fastest and most exciting cars. Ford and Holden were neck and neck, pushing each other to new heights of performance and design. This rivalry resulted in some of the most iconic cars ever made. These muscle cars had that unmistakable rumble that made you turn your head when they drove by. They had powerful V8 engines that could tear down the road with ease. And let's not forget the design. Wide wheel arches, aggressive grills, and racing stripes made these cars stand out from the crowd. In the end, these Aussie cars are celebrated not just for their speed and power, but for their place in automotive history. They were a symbol of an era when Australian muscle was at its peak, and they continue to be loved by enthusiasts for their performance, style, and